As I put all of this together, I was looking at all the, because I took some pictures of the guitar and everything. It looks good. I have, I thought I finished everything, and I picked it up to look at it, and I put my thumb on the bottom of the guitar and I held the top, and then I put the guitar down, and I realized the glaze had not completely set yet, and there's a print like this big and this wide, so I had to respray, and that was 14 hours ago. And then where I have it sitting is directly in the sun, so I resprayed it again. I didn't want to respray it this morning. I thought it was okay, but I found a spot that was a little low, and I found it was grainy. So I wiped it with isopropyl alcohol, 91% isopropyl, and as I was wiping, I scraped it. It's one of those things where you just have to find where you're okay and be done with it, and then walk away for a long enough time for all this stuff to cure. So I resprayed, I cleaned off that area, scraped it, uh, made a couple of used some colorful language, wiped it with isopropyl again to get it clean. I sprayed it with it. I gave it another layer. So now it has, I think it either has 8 or 10 layers of glaze on the front only, on the front and the sides. I still have to flip it and do the other side. In the real world, it's a Thursday. I probably will let it sit for at least, especially now that I sprayed it. It's sitting directly in the sun, but I'm definitely going to let it sit for 24 hours, and I probably won't mess with it until Saturday, like around noon. It's like 11 right now. Probably like around right now, 2 days, 48 hours from now is what I'm trying to say. That's how days work. 48 hours from now. Then I'll do the thumb test, but I'll do it somewhere where it's a little less visible. And then I'll do the back. The back, I think I'm going to do like 5 to 7 layers. Maybe even, and I'm going to do them quicker. I'm just going to do real faint sprays for the first 4 or 6. And then the last 1 or 2 will be just like the heavy handed, thick layers. Because I think that's the best way to do it. You just do little by little and build it up. And then once it's starting to set and it's starting to look okay, you just put that last thick layer on. It didn't look that good when I put that last layer of paint on, but I was like, screw it. I think that's good. You can't put any more lipstick on this pig. You can't polish this turd anymore. Let me just do this, see what the glaze does for me. And the glaze seemed to work, because the first 3 or 4 layers of glaze did not look good. 5, 6, 7, 8, then it started to come together, and like 6 is where I put my stupid thumb on it. So 7, 8 is where we're at. I'm pretty sure it's an 8 or 9. I didn't spray this morning. I sprayed like 20 minutes ago. And if it's in the sun, because it's 90, what is it? Oh, it's only 85. That's not bad. I thought it was a lot hotter. It feels a lot hotter in the sun. Anyway, that's all the progress that it's done. This is a process that's taken 2 weeks. If I had all the cans, I probably wouldn't have done it anyway, but I was going to try to get it all done in one day. That just didn't happen. Not the end of the world, but I still have to glue the neck together. I still have to put the hardware on. I bought locking tuners. That's the one concession that I'm going to make for now. I think I want to buy different knobs and different, maybe a hardtail that's different. But those things will come later, and I can always replace those after the fact. The locking tuners are a little more immediate, simply because putting in the strings is gonna just gonna make the whole process easier. I still have to put all the hardware on, string it, tune it, let it sit and make sure. But when I glue it, I gotta let it sit for a day. So I'm shooting for gluing. It's Thursday. Perfect world, I'll glue it like next Tuesday. After I glaze it on Saturday, I want to give it another 48 hours of just letting it dry, letting it cure, letting it set up. Once that happens, like for instance, the neck is done. I'm just waiting for everything else to be done. The neck looks perfect. The only problem is you never see the neck, the sprayed part. You'll see the front part where the strings are, but you'll never see the back unless I like specifically show you like in these videos. Will I spray paint again? Absolutely. Now that I figure out, I have not spray paint. I sprayed paint it with a can once when I was like 8. And now that I'm 46, I'm doing it again, and I figured out how to do it. Towards the end, I was like, oh, I can do it this way, I can do it that way. It's been a process. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of pain in the butt, but I think we're going to come away with a guitar that looks super, super good for like an amateur like me. It's not professional. It's not like one of these guys, but it will look good. So on to the next step. It's been a long journey. It's been like 3 weeks since I started this stupid paint. Something that I figured if I hadn't run out of paint, I probably would have screwed up anyway. But perfect world, I was like, maybe I can get all this done in like a day. Maybe it'll take like 12 hours, but it's not like you're standing on your feet for 12 hours in a factory. It's just like you having to walk out and spray and then wait and then spray and wait and spray and wait. That first layer didn't work, and I was able to peel it all off somehow. Well, no, not somehow. I literally just took my thumb and stuck my thumb, and it went through, and I peeled back, and it just came off in one little circle in my hand. And I just kept doing that, and I peeled off the whole front. I ordered more paint, and the price of the paint went up in the weeks that I've been buying it. Joy. So all of that did was raise the cost of this build. I was thinking, man, I can build it, and then it'll be this really cool blue, and it'll be like $150 for a guitar that actually looks kind of good and looks something like how I want it to look. So much for that. We're in the $200 territory now. Way more money than I wanted to spend, but I'm like, I'm here. My wife was like, well, you wanted a project. I was like, yeah, be careful what you wish for. So now it is the 21st of October. I started this on the 27th of September. It was a Saturday. I remember that. Because I started it and I was like, oh, maybe I was going to a concert that night. I was like, oh, I'm going to be done before I even leave for the concert. And then that didn't happen. Anyway, I put what I feel is the final layer of paint on. And I found thin, quick layers and just multiple of them. So I used one whole can of paint. And I just spray and it's literally just back and forth and overlaying just a little bit, not too much. And 11 layers later, even some of the imperfections of the wood and like mostly, they were my mistakes. Right? Let me put it that they were my mistakes. I was able to cover over almost all of my mistakes. If you sit there and look at it against the light, you'll see there are little pieces where the paint is a little bit higher. But it's stuff I'm willing to live with. So I'm completely done with paint, and the paint looks better than the first time, actually. That's the crazy thing. So I'm having to think about, do I want to put that glaze on again? And if I do I'm just going to do it the way because with the neck came out almost perfect. There's a couple of blemishes here and there, but you'll never see them because they're on the back of the neck. I'm the only one that's going to deal with it. The only thing, my only concern with the neck was that when I'm playing and my thumb goes on the back, when I'm using it as support to go up and down on the neck, is it smooth? And every time I walk by it, I put my thumb on it and say, okay, I can go from all the way from the first fret. Is that the first fret or is the bottom on the first fret? Because the first string is on the bottom and the sixth string is on the top. I can move let's put it this way. I can move my head, I can move my head back and forth too. My thumb from the top of the neck where the machine heads are to tune, I can move it smoothly all the way down to the body. so I can move it back and forth. I'm calling that done, and I think it looks, like I said, there's a couple blemishes, and there aren't any blemishes on the front where you're actually be able to see where the machine heads are, so that's good. So I that I sprayed the glaze. That's why I talked about that. I sprayed the glaze, but I was like, I did the same thing, super quick, 7 or 8 layers, but super thin, just one over the other. And I noticed I cross hatch them, it works better too. That's with the paint. So I sprayed this way, then I sprayed this way, then I sprayed this, and I just kept doing that and building up my layers of paint. The paint, I think, on the front looks good. The edges around it don't look that great. I'll survive somehow. So I'm just gonna put on the glaze, but I'm gonna let that paint dry out. And of course, the day I do it is the first day. The day I finish, I mean, is the first day it's rained in like a month. So it's still pretty hot outside and it's kind of humid. So I think that'll slow the paint drying down a little bit. So I'm gonna give it, like, it's noon right now. I'm gonna give it until this evening probably. I'm gonna give it at least another, because it's been an hour. So I'm gonna give it at least another 6 hours before I even think about what I'm gonna do with the glaze. So make sure that paint is bone dry, and then I can just put my thumb on it and nothing happens. And that's this part. Let's start looking at the glaze again. So I've broken this thing into two, and I've spent way more money than I wanted to on this guitar. That was the idea behind this was, hey, it's a cool guitar and I'll make it my own color and it'll be relatively cheap for a guitar. That'll actually be kind of decent. That idea is out the window. It's still a work in progress though, and it's still usable. So we're moving forward as much as we possibly can. That was my email, not yours, don't worry. And it's just a junk email. That actually solved. Bots have never solved my problem. They're getting so many, this AI crap. It's nonsense. It's pure nonsense. Anyway, let's go and start putting this stupid glaze on, and maybe this time I won't screw it up, because it's all my, that's the part that just makes me the most angry. It's all my fault. It's all mine, all my problem, all my fault. And maybe I've learned from my mistakes, and I think I have. Should I just leave it the way it is with this paint? As long as it's not tacky after a few hours and I can just put my hand on it, does it look good enough? A little bit of glaze will make it pop way more, though, if I can do it right. And the back, ooh, the back, oh. The back, some of it peeled off, so I peeled off as much as I could get, and I scraped some of it with the razor blade. And I have just a patch. It looks terrible, but that's the back. Nobody's ever going to see it. So maybe I'll glaze the back to make sure my methodology's right. And then I'm going to have to buy another can of that stupid glaze, because I only have 3/4 of a can and I need about a can. It's one of those things where you think the budget, you're going to stay within a budget and blah, blah, blah. That ain't happening. So, yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, let's get to glazing. Hopefully this works this time. If it doesn't work, I'm just going back to painting it by hand with, I think I still have a little bit of that ultra black paint that I bought for the base. And if that's the case, I'll go back that way, because it's a little bit cheaper and whatever. At this point, I'm just, because I have multiple things going on at once, and I'm trying to get these videos done for a certain period. I had envisioned them to already be done and already be working on other stuff, and it's completely delayed everything. It's not the end of the world. The world continues to turn. Thankfully, everything is going well. This is my only major problem in life right now, thankfully. That's why I always have to just Like, this is the only problem you got right now. Calm down. So let's get out there glazing.